How's it going? It's Sam Frost here from reviewsboss.com. Now in this video, what I want to do is talk about how you can make money online quickly. Now one of the questions I get asked most frequently is, hey Sam, I've got a problem. I need money fast. What can I do to make money online quickly, preferably as fast as possible? And so what I want to do in this video is just discuss a few of your options. So basically, let's assume you don't have anything to begin with. If you've got a big existing audience, maybe you've built up an email list or a big Facebook following, that, whether it's in the make money online niche or dog training or anything like that. If you've got an existing audience you can leverage and you need to make money fast, well, you just hit that audience with an offer, basically. But the problem is most people don't have that. The vast majority of people who need to make money online quickly, for whatever reason, are in the unfortunate position of not having much leverage. You won't have lots of money to spend. You've probably got nothing to spend. So what can you do? What options are out there? Well, in my opinion, usually the easiest way to make money online quickly, the fastest way as well, is to sell a service. It's not ideal because the problem with service selling is that ultimately you're trading time for money and you've only got a certain amount of time in the day. We've all got the same 24 hours. Some of that you need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to stay sane by hanging out with friends, going to the gym, whatever the case may be. So you can't sit there and work all day. But if you just need money fast, you can still leverage that time. It's no different to having a job, right? If you're on an hourly wage as opposed to a salary, your boss isn't going to let you sit at work for 24 hours a day, claiming that on your timesheet. You'd burn out and you wouldn't get your work done anyway. But the same thing goes online. If you take some of your day and trade some of that time for money, that is the fastest way to make money online. So how do you do this? Well, really what you need to do is find someone who needs, I guess, a solution to a problem, and you offer that solution. So if we look at common things, common skills, things like writing, editing, copywriting, proofreading, graphic design, video creation, web design, development, programming, all those kind of things that you would associate normally with jobs. Basically, people are looking to have that done online. And the fastest way to make money is really to, I guess, meet that demand that's out there. Now, you can do this one of a few ways. Firstly, you need to think about what it is you're going to offer. So some people will say, oh, look, I have nothing to bring to the marketplace at all. That's usually not true. Think about what you've done in previous jobs. Or if you're just, starting out from school, for example, maybe you've just finished school, what were you good at school? Were you a good writer at school? Even if you've got no experience as a writer in the professional context, maybe if you were good at essays and good at proofreading and everything, well, then you could still leverage that as your skill you're going to sell. So have a think about what skills you can offer. And then what you need to do is find people who want that skill. Now, there are a few different ways to do this. One of the classic ways people will begin is on I guess this sort of like peer-to-peer marketplace websites like Fiverr. So Fiverr is just a simple task-based website. I've been using Fiverr for years. When it first started, it was jobs for $5. So it would be something like, I will write a 250-word article for $5, or I will record a minute of audio. I'm a professional voiceover artist. I'll record a minute of video for $5. It's kind of morphed a little bit now. There are all sorts of gigs that don't cost $5 and they've got extras, and it's sort of grown into a bit more of a beast. But the principle remains the same. You can register for free. You can then create a list of tasks or services that you offer with your price points, and then you can go out to the marketplace and get people buying those services. Now, the issue being with something like Fiverr, there are loads of people out there who will say it's really easy to get started. The problem is it often isn't that easy to get started, because most people will go, when they're on Fiverr buying a service, they'll just go straight for whoever's got the best reviews. So what you wind up with is this strange system. It's not very strange, I guess, it's just human nature, of tons and tons of jobs in any given category, but a handful of people picking up the absolute lion's share of the work. And that's because someone would generally rather purchase their 500-word article for $5 from the guy who's got 1,000 positive reviews, but you have to wait a week, versus someone who's just listed their service and then doesn't have any reviews to go on. Now, sometimes you'll list a service and you'll strike it lucky and you'll basically get orders quickly, and the same goes for any of these marketplace or gig economy websites. But it isn't that easy to get started. But it is one place you can begin. So if you need to make money online fast and you have nothing to start with, then as long as you can offer a service, try something like Fiverr. What I would recommend is that you keep your finger on the pulse of what people are buying, what services are selling well. You can look at what's the most popular in any category, and then to some extent try and emulate that a bit. Make sure you come across professionally, make sure you take advantage of anything you can do, anything that you can leverage, I guess, to get people interested in your services. So, you know, you'll see people create a service and then have a really crap description that doesn't tell you much about what they offer. Make sure you do a good description. Make sure that you have a nice image for your service. Make sure that you recorded a video if you can and explain to people. People will see, your good nature, hopefully, and they'll look at your video and go, okay, this guy or this girl's a bit more trustworthy. I'm more likely to buy from them. But yeah, if you need to make money online fast, certainly sites like Fiverr are a good place to begin. But don't be fooled by the hype that some people will say to you, hey, you'll create a Fiverr account and you'll be making tons of money within a week. It's usually not going to be the case. You need to build up some reputation first. Now, on a lot of these gig economy sites, what you can do is there will usually be a section of people who are looking for specific tasks completed. So basically you can submit work, or submit your job as being the solution. So someone will say, I need an article written about golf training, and you happen to know about golf, so you can say, I'll write you that article. And often that can be quite a good way to begin. So it's something to bear in mind. What I'll do is I'll leave a list in this video description of make money online marketplace websites that you could go to. There are tons of different ones. Fiverr is just probably the most famous example. But if we move on as well, you could look at something that's a little bit more, not necessarily high-end, but involved. So a platform like Upwork. So Upwork is a little bit different. On Fiverr, what happens is me as the service provider, I go out to the marketplace and say, this is what I will do for you for this price. On Upwork, it's the other way around. Someone has requested some work be done. So I have used Upwork in the past to hire people to write articles for me. For example, I've used it to hire people who've done little bits of video creation work and all sorts of things. And the hirer, the project owner, puts out a request. It's basically a request for proposals, or a request for tenders. And then you as the freelancer can go out there and you can submit on that work. Now, once again, the issue you tend to run into if you're trying to make money online quickly is you won't probably have a big portfolio of work built on these platforms. So what do? Well, when you submit your work, the problem you tend to run into is that the people who are hiring go straight to the proposals that are either cheaply priced. There is a real problem on these platforms with most people being real cheapskates and only going for the cheapest offer, or what they will do is go for whoever's got the most experience because they don't want to waste their money. So once again, what you need to do is make sure that you have everything as well put together as you can when you are submitting on jobs on something like Upwork. So if you're a writer, make sure that your cover letter, make sure that your proposal when you submit for a writing job is very well done, that it's not got grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes or anything like that, because that can really put people off, especially if they're looking at your application and going, hey, this person's got no experience, so I might take a punt on them, but they've got a crappy application, so they throw that out. So just bear that in mind, really make sure that you put your best foot forward. And once again, you'll have to apply for a lot of jobs as well to get the ball rolling. So basically, if you want to make money online quickly, you need to turn it around fast. Selling a service is probably the best way to do it. You could look at something like Fiverr where you put your offer out to the marketplace. You could look at something like Upwork and other sites, which I've got in the video description. That's the opposite. It's basically where someone's requested a particular task be done or a particular type of work and you submit your proposal for that. The other thing you can do is try and avoid these middlemen altogether, which if you can do it is the best way, and actually go straight to businesses that have a problem and try and actually pitch your solution to that problem. So classic example, might be that you could look through your local Yellow Pages or your local Chamber of Commerce listings or anything, just local businesses in your area, and let's say you're a good graphic designer. Now, what you might find is that there are a whole lot of websites out there that have crap logos or crap graphic design, and you could actually go to those businesses and basically hit them up and say, hey, I've got an offer here. What you need to do is have the confidence to go out there and either do it over the phone or via email or drop in personally. Make sure that depending on where you live, jurisdiction-wise, there might be some rules. I think in Europe you have to be a bit careful about cold emailing businesses with proposals or pitches, so just check the rules. But basically, if you can avoid those middleman websites like Fiverr or Upwork, it is better. What you need to do is think of what is the service I'm going to offer. Service offering is the fastest way to get started. Then you need to think who would benefit from the service. You need to make a list of those businesses that would benefit from it, or those people, and then you need to go to them directly. And what you're going to have to realize is this is going to be a bit of a grinding numbers game. If my whole business collapsed tomorrow, if I woke up and I had nothing, what I would do is pretty much find a list of businesses that would benefit from my service, so from digital lead generation, and then what I would do is I would come up with some sort of offer, whether it's I'm going to audit what you're currently doing and show you how you can maximize the potential of your current website traffic, would be an example offer, and I would put a price point on that. And I would just go out to businesses and I would just basically burn through that list. If you're going to get tons of rejections, but the thing is, to get started, you often just need one or two people to say yes, and things build from there. When I started my consultancy business, I only had a couple of clients, and now I've grown it into quite a big business. Simply off the back of doing good work for the first couple of clients who, I'm still eternally grateful to them for taking a punt on me. And, they could have gone to a big agency that's got flash offices and much better established, but they said, hey, we'll take a chance on this young guy who's starting something for himself, and it's grown from there. So don't get disheartened if you do need to make money online fast, but what you do need to do is think about what service can you bring to the table, who would benefit from that service, and then where do you meet them? Are you going to meet them on a platform that's built to match the service buyer to the service seller? Or preferably, if you can you go direct to them? Because that is usually the best way to begin. So what I'm going to do is have a lot more videos on this kind of topic, but basically think about what you can bring to the table and bring it to the market. And if you found this useful, please like the video, please consider subscribing as well. I've got heaps more content coming. Thanks.